Make sure you go to teesprings.com/unofficialJDB merch to go and purchase my exclusive tees and hoodies. Hot new hip hop. Thieves post YBN Almighty Jay's chain and J.Prince calls on streets to find them. The violent attack against rapper YBN has sparked J.Prince to call on hip hop heavyweights to step up to the plate. The record executive made a declaration on social media claiming that he has the inside scoop on who robbed YBN this past weekend. News broke the 19-year-old rapper was jumped on the streets of New York City by a mob who stole his chain. Because the thieves stole a Rap-A-Lot item of jewelry, Prince, the CEO of Rap-A-Lot Records, takes the robbery personally. When did this become Death Row of the 90s or Bad Boy, when there were beefs and, these rappers are getting their chains snatched? Like, this is 2019. Now, it's very unfortunate what happened with YBN Almighty Jay. Okay? It's very unfortunate. What's going on, mermaid? And the way that they did YBN was very disgusting. All of you young niggas are beating and kicking this guy in the face. He got his face slashed, I believe. Had him running up and down the street. I don't care how better somebody is doing better than me in life. I would never want to be in a position to embarrass somebody like that. Now, I'm the type of person, I have an I don't give a fuck attitude too. I mean, if I have to, smack somebody, I will. If I feel like I have no choice but to. If I have to confront somebody and deal with somebody, I will. But I'm not going to be recording a crime, which is what they did. I'm not about to sit up there and have this dude on the ground and be kicking him and stomping the face. If I'm going to fight you, I'm going to fight you. I'm not about to sit up there and make a spectacle of it. That doesn't make any sense. And all of you young niggas, you're going to get caught. Either by other dudes in the streets or by the police. Because this is high profile. J.Prince is inserting himself into it. He's issuing a challenge to rappers in that era. You don't think they're going to find you and find out who you are? And also, these guys are going to be on social media posting about it. Posting about it. Like, you're not going to get caught. It was weird. The whole video was weird because they were grabbing his pockets, chasing him down the street, taking his shoes, taking his jewelry, taking his money. You got what you wanted. Why are you filming yourself beating him up? Because it goes from just being a robbery to being an assault. You can tell these young dudes have no direction. Look, I've seen people get jumped. I've seen people get beat on by a couple different dudes. But see, back then, they never really used to record it like they do now. Dudes were smart. We gonna jump somebody, we gonna jump where ain't nobody can see it. That's what would happen. Nowadays, all these dudes want to make sure everybody see what they're doing. Recording their crimes. This don't make you hard. You're not going to win from this. Every one of you are going to get caught. And if you got whoever has the jewelry is going to get it the worst. Social media is a gift and a curse. For some of y'all, you don't know how to conduct yourselves. You really don't. And then y'all want to be mad at the stop and frisk and some of these other things, which I'm not in agreement with. But if you see these young dudes are going around here robbing people, or in the case of the young kid that was killed by the gang, knives, where they're slashing people, stabbing them, you see why they enact certain laws. Because you have young, ignorant males with no male leadership, no family. They want to be famous by any means necessary. It's just like the situation. It's just like the situation with XXXTentacion. One dude posted a video. He had his face covered, bragging about taking XX life. You want to be famous that bad, even though you can't even show your face? You getting satisfaction out of the fact that you may be the person who perpetrated a crime? And then you want people to feel sorry for you when you get arrested, when they give you a heavy sentence. You want people to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to feel sorry for any of these guys who participated in this. None of you. You did this to yourself. I don't want to see your mama crying. Somebody, don't take my baby to jail. No, he needs to go to jail. It's either that or somebody ends up taking his life. Jail might be the best place for him. Get him off the street. Because let me tell you something. The realest dudes I knew didn't want people knowing that they committed any crimes, that they fought or may have beat up on somebody. They didn't want people to know that. Because they know what it's like to be incarcerated. They know what it's like to have to be drugged through the system, and they don't want to be a part of that. But some of these other people, they're just a pure joke. Just an absolute pure joke. Yeah, clout is a drug. Clout has become a very dangerous drug. This is from J.Prince. Mob ties called to my real street niggas around the world, but especially on the East Coast in the Bronx. Prince wrote on Instagram. There's a clown by the name of Jaye and his crew who want to become famous by bragging about robbing rap industry niggas. They recently bragged about robbing the artist YBN, whom I'm invested in. They've robbed him of his money and jewelry, including a Rap-A-Lot piece. So therefore, they have robbed a piece of me. This is a perfect opportunity to execute our unity where we don't allow moment thinkers to muddy the water over the movement. Prince continued. With that being said, to the homies in the Bronx, if any of these clowns are y'all's family or friends, speak now so we can get an understanding. To ignore this is a recipe for disaster. Other than that, it's these clowns versus the real niggas in every hood around the world. And that's the meaning of mob ties. Prince went on to tag a few fellow artists, including Cardi B, Funkmaster Flex, Fat Joe, Swiss Beats, Remy Ma, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Fred the Godson, and Hocus 45 or 45th. The only person to respond as of yet is Hocus 45th, who posted a screenshot of Prince's message on his Instagram and wrote a lengthy caption that stated his respects. Goddamn. He respects Prince, but he didn't appreciate having his name tagged and associated with a robbery or public threat. I will say this though about J.Prince. He is very well known. Make sure y'all like the stream. But J.Prince got to understand that you can't go around trying to muscle people nowadays, because it may used to have worked, but I don't know if it's going to work now. These dudes don't want their gangster tested. You're very respected, and they hold you to a respect level, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna, do what you tell them. Basically, they're gonna do what they want to do. Now, as far as your home base in Houston is concerned, now if any of these guys come to Houston, from what I understand, they're gonna have to not only check in, they're gonna have to answer for what happened if they don't get the Rap-A-Lot chain back. But I don't know. What is his name? Mysonne responded to J.Prince, from what I understand, and he declined to help J.Prince. So these guys, I mean, they respect him, but they don't fear him. And that, to me, it just shows you where we are. Like, these guys really don't fear these OGs like that, you know? And people understand that you can't do nothing to them because they have social media fans. And if any harm is done to them, they're going to point it back to you. This ain't the 90s, J.Prince. This ain't the 90s, bro. Like, you could get away with that because there was no social media. Nobody would know anything. These guys are not going to be easy to muscle around. These are other grown men. And they're not going to allow you or anybody to tell them what to do. Now, I understand you being upset about what happened to YBN. But we got to look at YBN. Why was you walking around a city that you just got into a brawl with a guy who's from that city? Why are you walking around by yourself? Why you ain't got nobody with you? You just got into it with a group of dudes in front of a store. You didn't think that that situation could pop up again? Not only that, you on social media, you're around the city, they're going to track you. That's what happened with XX. They was able to track them through social media. Now, J.Prince, you got a lot of influence in the music industry, but the music industry and the streets, these young dudes don't respect these old heads like that, man. Go to any neighborhood. These young dudes, man, are running through here unchecked. They're running through all these neighborhoods unchecked. They don't feel any sense to respect the old heads, man. They don't. And when it comes to J.Prince and Mysonne and some of these other guys, like, they're going to respect you, but they're not going to fear you because they know they got social media, and they know if you do anything to them, it's going to be pointed directly back to you. Bro. Let's see. Also, according to this article, Black China is trying to negotiate to get one of the chains back because she bought him a chain. So she's negotiating, trying to get his chain back. That's what I heard. Let me see the post from Mysonne. Let me see if I can find what Mysonne said. But I heard that Black China, yes, Black China, once again, she's back making news because she's talking about helping him get his chain back. But let's see what Mysonne said. This according to SOHH. New York rapper Mysonne isn't here for J.Prince social media tactics. The hip-hop veteran has responded to the Rap-A-Lot Records head, calling out a slew of Big Apple entertainers to help find the people responsible for attacking his artist YBN Almighty Jay last week. Mysonne went to Instagram Tuesday to initially turn down Jay's request, but offered a chance to clear up their potential miscommunication through a private message. Last night, J.Prince issued a statement about getting justice for YBN. Over the weekend, disturbing itself. Read through that. Let's see what he wrote. Mysonne said, first of all, I want to state that I don't condone this type of juvenile behavior. Neither nor anyone affiliated with me conducts themselves in this manner. With that being said, I respect J.Prince for what you have done for the culture and the way you have been A1 from day one. But I myself conducted myself in a manner which demands a certain level of respect and consideration, and the message you relayed on Instagram posts was inappropriate. Had you or mutual friends or acquaintances of ours reached out to me through DM or phone, I would have seen fit to reach out to anyone needed to right this wrong on the premise of mutual respect and admiration. But as a result of this message, I have cowards on my page telling me I better get that chain back, etc. The way your message was delivered can be interpreted as more of a threat than a call out to allies to resolve a potential catastrophic situation. This guy's using very big words. These are kids who are not in my direct circle, and your message puts me and what I represent in jeopardy. I want to believe that you meant it in all love and respect, King. But unfortunately, social media was not the correct place to seek a solution to this problem. On the contrary, it may have done more harm. Please, King, utilize your DM and use our mutual friends to connect with me, and let's connect and attempt to unite and fix all miscommunication. Respectfully, Mysonne. Seems to me like Mysonne is like, bro, you're messing up my brand. I don't want to mess up my brand. You know, he don't want nobody messing up a brand. J.Prince is the owner of the label he signed to. J.Prince is the owner of YBN's label, or the label YBN is signed to. You know, I like, you know, like I said, Mysonne, say whatever you want. He has a brand. Mysonne's brand is to bring black people together, to speak about the injustices of black people. That's his brand. He don't want his brand messed up by street shit, especially with all the things that Mysonne has been through. You know, I don't think he wants to be connected to that, and I don't blame him. Like I really don't. Who wants to be connected to dudes who are going around putting hands on people? But I really think that J.Prince has to understand how things are these days. And people are not going to care about his strong arm tactics. They're really not. Especially on social media, man. And you do have to handle things in a more diplomatic manner. But I think this guy is a mark for himself. If you don't know what a mark is, look up wrestling and mark. You'll know what I'm saying. But J.Prince is a mark for himself. He really believes his own hype, that he is the godfather of hip hop. You know, he is the Scarface of hip hop, so to speak. I mean, not the rapper Scarface, but he's the, you know, Al Pacino Scarface of the rap game. And I think he needs to understand in 2019, that's not gonna work.